Sadowski.
I'm Miss Kressler.
I'm Will McMillan.
Salmon.
I'm Carson Martin.
And this is our presentation. So what is nuclear energy? So we believe that nuclear energy is the energy of today for tomorrow. It's cost effective, it's efficient, and it's a segue, meaning that we believe that nuclear energy can bridge the gap between fossil fuels and renewable resources. So everybody kind of knows what nuclear energy is, but we just have a little diagram to explain how it works. Basically, the control rods in that reaction happen, and it just heats the water, which creates steam. That's turning a turbine, and you get power. A fairly simple system. Is this a safe option?
One of the things we looked at was safety and healthcare, and people think radiation is the main cause that we shouldn't have nuclear power plants, but in reality, things that help them also hurt them, like microwaves and getting x-rays, give you radiation.
Everyday electronics, such as your cell phone.
You already get radiation from like the plants and stuff like that in the sun.
Riding in a plane.
Yeah. So we just want to also show, coal miners are not that different from, nuclear energy power plant workers because they go through risk too. Like coal miners have black lung, nuclear energy workers have radiation. It's a give and take on anything.
So we want to talk about how it compared to other forms of energy that people really want to focus on. So there's coal, and we've discussed that pollutes the air a lot. So I want to say that there was like 82% of all CO2 emissions are from energy-related CO2 emissions. So 2% of that is from nuclear energy, and the rest comes from things like coal and oil and anything else that really pollutes the air.
Natural gas, fossil
Right.
fuels.
So for solar power, we discovered that it would cost $25,000 on average to power just one home. And most people really don't have that kind of money around, and I don't think anyone would see that as being, a good, feasible solution. For wind turbines, it would cost at least $40 for one wind turbine, $40,000 to power one home. So that's just something that we aren't prepared for, and that's also, this is a segue. We're not trying to just keep this as a permanent solution.
Just something that goes from A to B.
And as for cost, there was, in 1995, it was about 6 cents per kilowatt for oil to produce electricity, and it was around 3 cents for nuclear power to do it. Nuclear power since then has gone down to around 2 cents per kilowatt, and the cost for oil has tripled. So.
Is there a byproduct of nuclear energy?
There are the spent fuel rods, yes, but they dispose of them in big steel, concrete containers. They get stainless steel. They put the rods in and weld it shut, and then put like a concrete cap on it, weld it again. It's quite. They
They
bury
don't
it
weld the
inside of
concrete, don't they, right?
What?
They don't weld the concrete.
No, they think they put big steel straps around it, and then weld the straps.
And the United States is currently building a storage facility where the radiation and everything can be stored harmlessly, so it won't hurt humans or animals. And nuclear energy is clean burning, so it doesn't cause as much pollution as other natural resources. If a family of 4 used nuclear energy for an entire lifetime, the amount of waste produced would be the size of a golf ball.
For the lifetime, just that big. That's it. Is this sufficient? Yes, looking at the capital costs and the time, it may take 10 years to build a power plant and everything, but compared to other forms of energy, it's more efficient. Yes, the capital costs are more, but over time, everything is taken into everything's factored into costs, such as waste management. That's built in, which coal doesn't have that. Natural gas doesn't have waste management. And it's not like they do have to pay workers' compensation for if they were to get hurt or something on the job, but so does coal, so does natural gas, so do all the other forms of energy. Oil rigs, another example. Just it is as efficient, if not more, than the others. Should we have this in?
What is it? What do you mean by efficient?
Efficient?
Yeah.
Just like cost effective, essentially.
Yeah, it's cost effective. So how do you think you could measure that cost effectiveness?
How do we think we can measure
Yeah.
it?
You want to have a Want to have a number, you know, if you measure
Yeah.
things, you like to have numbers.
Well, first you have 2 cents per kilowatt, like Carson said, or you have 18 cents per
Okay.
kilowatt.
Yeah.
And plus it'd be more effective because it wouldn't be hurting the environment nearly as
Okay.
much.
Which are not always factored into that cost.
Yeah.
Right,
But
yeah.
ought to be,
Yeah,
yeah.
and waste,
Fossil
yeah,
fuels and
waste
stuff like that. Just-
Good.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, should we have this in Indiana? IU is actually has a coal plant or is powered by coal. And as we said, it's a lot less clean, a lot dirtier than nuclear energy. And having nuclear energy would get rid of some of the coal plants or provide more energy. And so we could, again, it's a segue into cleaner energy sources.
Also, it would give jobs to our state, stimulating our economy.
You're the first group that's raised that point, actually.
Yeah. So these are just our sources cited, and any questions?
Sure.
Awesome.
So, yeah, lots of interesting points. I like your presentation a lot. What do you think governs the time and the cost to build a nuclear power plant?
The safety restrictions,
Yeah.
the regulations, the law
Regulations,
stricter.
okay?
That's one factor in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah. It is a big factor. What's also true is that every nuclear power plant is, in the US, is built almost as if it's an independent design.
Is it an independent what?
Yeah, independent design, so
Yeah.
they don't, there's no like common blueprint, we're gonna build this nuclear power plant.
It's always a unique.
It's a unique
build
design, yeah,
for
and
the
so,
landscape.
yeah, so this of course drives the cost up tremendously. I mean, if you thought about how much it would cost to build a car,
Mhm.